Back in the 1990s, when our guest decided to launch the Mariachi USA Festival, she had just retired from producing concerts in Latin America for acts like Erick Clapton, Miles Davis, Ella Fitzgerald, and David Bowie. Then she decided to focus on her passion, which was mariachi music. She is the producer of the world famous Mariachi USA annual festival, and it is back in person at the Hollywood Bowl on August 22nd. Let us welcome Rodri Rodriguez. Welcome.
Here. How are you, Belle?
I'm good. I'm good. So wonderful to have you on the show. And we got to talk about the festival. But first, I want to get a little bit of information on your producing for these big acts. How did that happen? And how was it? How wonderful was it?
I actually had clients in those countries, and I would negotiate the contracts for the artists and then go on the road with them and then produce the shows locally with the promoters there. And it was exciting for me because I started almost out of high school. I was with a record company for a while, and I produced Julio Iglesias' first concert here in the United States. And then that gave me a reputation for other, promoters to reach me. I got bored here with just producing one show a year for each artist: Julio Iglesias, Roberto Carlos, Camilo Sesto. And so my hunger for everything entertainment led me to take American acts and create some great opportunities for myself, because I was the only woman in the world doing this. As a matter of fact, it was challenging, to say the least, because people thought I was actually a groupie or the girlfriend of one of the artists, not really the one that was responsible for coordinating and producing the actual tour. But as my mom said, bañate con vaselina and let it all slide off you. And eventually things changed a little bit, and they finally saw me as who I was. But there's still challenges in this industry for women, as you well know. Mariachi USA was born out of a love that I had for mariachi music when I was in Mexico. I was also raised for 7 years by a foster family in Albuquerque. But traveling throughout Mexico with, for example, Vicky Carr and her tours, it was mariachi after mariachi, everywhere mariachi. And so for my life, it was everywhere mariachi. So true to nature, I wanted to do something for my community here in LA, and chose the number one venue. It is now the number one venue in the United States, the Hollywood Bowl.
So it is amazing, and you, like you said, you weren't deterred. You were up to the challenge, which a lot of us women, like you say, it's hard to be a woman in this industry, but you were up to the challenge, and you did it, and you're an example to many women, because when you see how many Latina producers of concerts at this caliber are there not very many at all. You're the only person that I know that produces at this level at the Hollywood Bowl. And every year now for 32 years, you produce this fabulous, fabulous festival. And I want to get to that part about who the artists are. I want to know who you have this year and what can we expect. It's always fabulous. That's why you have people going back every single year. And I know that the seats up at the front, those are the first ones to go. So you have a great following. So tell us, what is a person who goes to this year's Mariachi USA Festival, what are they going to experience?
They're going to experience euphoria. They're going to experience 5 hours of nonstop mariachi music. Again, we have from Guadalajara, Mariachi Nuevo Tecalitlan. From here locally, LA's favorite, Mariachi Los Reyes, also Mariachi Los Toros. 2-time Grammy Award winner, all-female mariachi divas. Another phenomenal mariachi all-female group is Mariachi Nueva Mujer 2000. And we also have Lupita Infante, who has her own story to tell. She is a phenomenal talent, but she also happens to be the granddaughter of Pedro Infante. Our 24-member Mi Tierra Ballet Folklorico. And then Mando Fresco is going to do like 5 minutes spinning during our halftime jam for people to get up and dance in their boxes or in their seats, because we're just being very respectful of everyone's health and being very caring of our situation at hand. Oh, and also our spectacular fireworks at the end when we're singing El Rey Volver, Viva México y La Negra, which are our trademark finale.
Are those the 3 songs you sing at the end with everybody singing along?
we do El Rey Volver, and I think Volver is going to be louder. I would be willing to bet that they're going to hear Volver all the way down to Wilshire Boulevard in Highland, because la gente tiene tantas ganas, Belle, and y están hambrientos to celebrate and to sing, and just, we didn't do the show last year because of COVID, and we take the phone calls here and we're listening to what people want. And we had a few cancellations and a few refunds, but for every refund that we have had, there were 5 people waiting in line to buy tickets, because we had all the people that bought for last year's show, 90% did not want refunds. That's a testament to our community and to the love that they have for this tradition. And I'd like to just go back to the and I'm only bringing it up because we as women often say the only Latina, but we have to open up the pool a little bit to the only woman, and it doesn't really matter, other than young women need to hear it, that we are not just Latinas. We are women in this community. We are in this market as women. And I know you feel the same way, but I just wanted to I'm not, tooting my own here, but setting perhaps the pace of changing the verbiage a little bit for ourselves around the world.
Well, I'm sure that you've mentored a lot of women, young women who've worked on your team, who've come and you've empowered them to feel like this is attainable for them as well. So that's part of who you are and what you represent. You're someone that people admire.
Thank you.
And as you mentor people coming up, you're doing your job is to empowering our young women that are coming up. And it is amazing. I've watched, I've attended the festival various times, and it's just amazing to see the love that's there for mariachi. I mean, people get chills when they hear mariachi music, and to hear them all sing along, and this whole amphitheater just packed with people, whether they're Latinos or non-Latinos that love mariachi. It is amazing. It is wonderful. And I just wanted to also do another tradition that you do, which is every year you have a designer design a dress for you. And every year people look forward to what that dress is going to be, because it is an amazing array of fashion that you've displayed on stage. So are you doing that again this year? Are you going back to that tradition?
Interesting you should bring that up, Bill, because coming out of COVID, I actually gained 25 pounds. I have little gorditos here and there during COVID because we did nothing but stay in and cook. I've been swimming every day, and I've lost all but probably 12 pounds. And I have a designer that's worked with me off and on. He used to do all the designs for Anna Nicole Smith, and he's also a dear friend, Frank Rodriguez. And I said, look, I need something very basic and simple. And he starts laughing. He says, there's nothing basic and simple about you, Rodriguez. So just deal with it. I gave him some materials, and he started snipping. And I don't know, let's see what he comes up with. I posted something, I think it was yesterday or today, and told people to guess which color. Of course, those that know my favorite color might know what color that is. But I've taken little bits and pieces of things that I have not worn. My mother taught me this fabulous habit: always take more than you plan for and that you need. Because if you change a mood, or something tears, or something happens with your shoes, you can always, fall back to that B dress or C dress. And so I had some that I didn't wear in 2019 for our 30th that I'm going to wear. And it just seemed so secondary when we've been going through the last 16 months of, I don't know if terror is the right word, but of unknown situations, and seeing so much loss. We had quite a few mariachi musicians pass, and family members of fans and people that we know, cousins, parents, mothers, fathers, sisters. Some people actually that are attending were on ventilators, and they were in the hospital for months. And so they're coming to celebrate life, and they're coming to celebrate with us, which is a great responsibility. So for me, it seems so superfluous to be, flaunting dresses on Facebook. And then I thought, what, people really are entertained with that. And even the union at the bowl, they've kept track that I hold the record more than Cher. Of course, not as grandiose as what she wears, because I don't come out with feathers y no sé qué tanto. But, you know, I'm keeping it simple. I also have a torn meniscus that I've been nursing because I didn't want to go have surgery. So I may very well end up in tennis shoes and a gown. So go figure. I'm going to have fun.
That's the main point. So let's say this is your first time. What can you expect? Because this is a extravaganza that happens from 5 to 10. So give me a little breakdown of how the show goes when they first get there.
Great question. This year, the show, because it's on a Sunday, and I have to tell you that I didn't know how it was going to go. We've always done it since 1990 on a Saturday. So people have Sunday para pasar la cruda, no? So, no, you know, Dodger Blue. Well, I think a lot of people are calling in sick on Monday after Mariachi USA. But I said, no, you know what? I told the Hollywood Bowl, if that's the only date we can get, then we're taking it, because I know our fans will show up. And that's exactly what has happened, Belle. So we are starting earlier. Our plaza activities are starting around 12 noon. Our foundation students, in order to keep them safe, they are not going to be performing this year. They'll be back next year. They will be attending as guests, but we have a DJ in the plaza and we have some vendors, and then the doors open at 4 o'clock. Please, everyone, get there on time. Show starts 5:30, usually at 6 o'clock, 5:30 on time, and fireworks go off at around 10:20, and you're out of there at 10:30. So there's plenty to do. Bring your picnic. You can bring an ice chest with soft drinks and water. You cannot bring in alcoholic beverages, glass or cans. Put everything in plastics and bring the picnic and la familia y las comadres y los compadres, and let's celebrate life just the way you do in your program, Belle. By the way, congratulations on all your awards. And I see you have Nancy de los Santos on board now.
Oh, she's going to be executive producing our 5th season. We're so excited because she's
excited for you. As you all know, being on camera and as your own producer, it's not a one-woman production. You know, I personally am grateful and gracious for my team and for all of those that have come up the ranks of what I do. You know, the director, the lighting designer, all our production assistants that now have gone on to be directors and producers themselves. It is never ever one person.
That's such a great feeling to know that you've mentored these people who have gone on to, you know, have a career, you know, because your event is once a year. They can't survive on that. So they go on to have a career, and then you feel like it's your little pollitos who went out and, you know, are doing it.
Absolutely. It is a great feeling, but it goes back to, you must have a great team, and you must applaud and recognize that team, because no one does it on their own.
Definitely. So sure. For sure. Okay. So it is August 22nd on a Sunday. So get ready for a fantastic show. Rodri, tell us, where can we get tickets?
We still have some tickets at MARIACHIUSA.com. However, the Hollywood Bowl, Ticketmaster is probably your best bet, and Gold Star also has some tickets. So it's Ticketmaster.com, and you can also go to the Bowl box office. Bowl box office is open from 12 p.m. until 5 p.m. every single day except Monday. I do not suggest that you wait to the last minute, because we already have about 15,000 tickets sold, but there's still some good seats up there.
And you do sell out. There's times where people are like trying to get a ticket at the last minute, and so everyone, please get your tickets now so you can go see this fantastic show. It is in summer, unless you go to Mariachi USA at the Hollywood Bowl.
Thank you, Belle. Thank you.
It's so true. And bring your picnic baskets. You know, you can bring the familia and you can have your picnic. They let you bring your own food. That's so awesome. And it's just a great time. This is something that is a tradition, and I'm sure that Rodri wants you to be part of this tradition.
Absolutely. A new family tradition.
Thank you so much, Rodri, for being here with us and spreading the word. We will be there. We will be supporting, and we'll be enjoying the night at the Hollywood Bowl with Mariachi USA.